author chat on Google Hangouts Air. We have now come up with a new way to promote authors that are interested in getting their books into the hands of others. So we've got a couple of authors on that are going to be joining us with our very first Google author chat on Google Hangouts Air. Paulette Harper, who runs the Right Now virtual book tour. She's a great person that always has wonderful guests for me to interview, and also Arthur Milton Kelly is also going to join us, and he's going to talk a little bit about his book. We're going to give Miss Harper a chance to talk about her book, and anybody else that's interested in coming on, we're going to be on for 30 minutes, and this is actually our pilot show. So we're going to see how it goes, but I'm really excited. I'm glad to know that my little painting is behind me to give us some atmosphere here. So let's go ahead and get our people that's scheduled to come on. Okay. We don't want to turn camera off. All right. So let's see if they're actually on here. So, okay. Let's see, bear with me. All righty, so we're gonna make sure Miss Paulette's webcam is on so that she can join us. I'm very excited about this. Let's see, I'm still waiting for some more people to call in. This is just a great thing. Again, I'm just trying to make sure that I have this going well, and I'm actually looking at my information here just to make sure. Check Enable Hangouts on Air. Okay. Okay. Let's see. After naming your Hangout, click on Enable. You get a pop-up. Okay. All right. One viewer, there we go. Okay, so if I have anyone out there, just come on and show yourself. It'll be great to have, oh, I don't want to. What? Okay. Can anybody hear me? I guess is basically what I want to know. We have a viewer, but I'd like for someone to come on and join us so that way you can come on in. and tell us a little bit about yourself and how what you do with your publishing. There she is. All right, there we are,
Can
Miss
you hear me?
Paulette. I can.
Oh
Well,
my goodness.
I know. I'm so excited, and this is the first time I see you all the time. This is the first time seeing me, and of course, I said, "Ooh, I scheduled this, and I really need to do my hair."
Well, Linda, I didn't know I was gonna be on. I didn't know you was gonna see me. You
Yeah,
see what
I
my
can see
hair looks
you.
like.
I know. Trust me, this one will not be on YouTube.
Okay.
Paulette, this is a new service since I'm so booked up with the Blog Talk Radio, and they're kind of limited with their time. I
Yeah.
thought that this would be another service that we can offer authors, so that way we can get them on the air. And once I really get good with this, we'll be able to start uploading their interviews on the Author Chat YouTube channel because we have
Okay.
one channel, and then they'll also get a copy of their YouTube interview so they can post it on their websites and social media sites.
I think this is really good. I mean, this is something that'll help me because I don't know how to do this stuff, and I think offering them an alternative is great.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
like you, I'm not real sure, so I have my list of instructions here from my wonderful website, Social Media Examiner. I'm gonna share this with you because I know you can relate. A new author here in the St. Louis area was referred to me from another friend. She needs some help publishing her book. So she's a Christian author. So she started by saying, and I've never met this woman. She goes, I have a word for you. I'm like, okay. I'm a little skeptical, I'll be honest with you, because God talks to me every day. So it's like if it's something he wants to tell me.
Right, right.
But she said a few things that hit home. But then she says, and he wants you to go on a fast. And I said, oh, I know that was really God because you see this extra weight, right? And if I'm going to be doing this, I have got to lose some more weight. But enough about me. So tell me what's going on in the world of Paulette Harper and right now virtual book tours.
Oh my goodness, Linda. My business is growing. I'm doing very well.
Okay.
I've extended my business. I've included the book blasts that have just been really great. I've
Okay.
got really good results with the book blast, in addition to the tours. And so I've been doing really well. I'm actually booked all the way up until, I believe, July.
Yep.
But yeah, but that's with the tours, but I can do the book blast in between. And if somebody want to do a tour, a 1 week tour or whatnot, I'm able to do that and whatnot. So, but I've been doing really well. My business is really growing.
Isn't God good? You know,
Yeah.
we do this for those that don't maybe first time listening to the Arthur Chat Show. But our main audience is basically Christians.
Hmm.
And I think this is just a great thing that he's allowed us to do for the kingdom, to get these books out here that other publishers either were not really willing to allow us to write what God wanted us to write. So we took it upon ourselves to write the books and publish the books ourselves. And Miss Paulette Harper, not only is she an author, but she also, I call her author service provider. She
Hmm.
has the Right Now virtual book tour, as she was describing, where she does book tours. So one thing I love to tell people is that you can actually promote your book like a pro. So now we have the book tours that Paulette does. We have the book blast that she does, my Arthur Chat show, and now you can have your own video on YouTube.
Yeah, I think this is great.
Isn't this awesome?
Yeah, yeah. Because if anyone is like me, not knowing how to do this,
Hmm.
because I could see you before, but I just couldn't hear you.
Okay.
And so this is really
Here
good. Yeah, when I saw my little light go on, I'm like, ooh, I'm on air.
you are on the air. Paula, tell us a little bit about how you got started with Right Now virtual book tours. And okay, so let's start there because you know me, I tend to run my questions in each other's. Tell us how you got started with that.
Okay, with my first book, I did a book tour with someone else, and so I saw how she did it, and then really with the desire to want to help other authors, I saw a need.
Mhm.
And I looked out to see how many really African American business owners were there doing virtual book tours that really catered to our people. And so, meaning, fiction writers, Christian writers,
Mhm.
and those that didn't really know about how to market and publish. So, the idea came and I went with it. And so I have been really blessed to be able to really extend my virtual book tours to a greater audience of people. There's so many authors out there that don't know how to market and don't know how to promote their books. And so, because of that, my services are meeting a need of people who don't have the time to do it. They know they need to do it, they know they want to do it, but they don't have the time to do it. And that's really where I come in and I meet the need because this is a passion and a service that I want to offer other people, and they take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And your tours are extremely reasonable. And honestly, for a 1 week tour, you have us doing a lot because I know it's like I need to be on vacation before I do a tour. So that way I have enough time to do everything that I need to do. Tell the audience that has never done a virtual or even just a book tour some of the blogs and some of the things that they need to do when they sign up for a tour.
Sure. One of the things that I do is that when an author hires me to promote their book, I pitch to bloggers. And
Mhm.
so if there is a nonfiction author who's written a book, I will pitch to bloggers who read nonfiction books. And so I pitch to those bloggers who are going to be receptive to that genre. And so in pitching the book to them, they respond back to me because they know their audience, they know their reader base, and they know those readers are going to be acceptable, or those readers are going to accept that book that's going to be on their blog. And so, with that, some of the things that the bloggers will request would be either an author interview, a guest post, a book excerpt. So, these are the things that you were talking about the work, because it is work. I found that the bloggers, they want their readers or their visitors to know more about the author than just the fact that they have a new book out there. And doing a guest post and doing an interview is very intimate, and so they can really build their reader base by introducing themselves and their writings in addition to their books.
Absolutely. And again, for those listeners, when I did the last, because I've done a couple of your tours,
Yes.
and I'm ready to do another one as soon as my book 3 is finished. But Paulette, one of the blog tour posts that I did for one of your bloggers that you had booked me on, one of my posts actually went live on a huge internet newspaper. And
Wonderful.
contacted me and told, well, you actually contacted me and said, oh my God, when I did that for powerful prayer to protect and bless. So, not only are you reaching just the bloggers that you've set us up on and their audience, but it expands because as we know with social media, we have the ability to share the content with other family, friends, and other people out there. And you just never know where your book might end up. So I
Yeah.
that's just a great thing for you to be able to do for us. Now, tell us about, because you have some more other services that you offer. Tell us a little bit about the book blast. That's your new thing that you're offering, correct?
Yeah, the book blast is for those authors who want the maximum amount of exposure in one day. And
Uh-huh.
so when I pitch the book to the bloggers, those bloggers are going to feature that author all on one day. And so that varies anywhere from 15 to maybe 30 bloggers that's going to post that author's book, an excerpt, their links to their website or Amazon, images, their picture and whatnot. And so maximum exposure for one day. And so I remember one of the authors that I just did a book blast for. She it wasn't nearly as much work as doing a tour,
Mm-hmm.
but she had to go, and I encourage authors to do this. Visit those blogs and leave comments so that you make yourself known to the authors, or excuse me, known to the readers and the visitors for at those blogs. But it's one day maximum exposure, and it's great letting people know that, hey, I got this book that has just been released.
Absolutely. Now, what is the fee for the book blast?
The
Because
book
I
blast.
really want to get your fees out there so people know exactly what they could do. Because you know how I am with making sure you have a marketing budget.
Yes, yes, that's very good to have a marketing budget. Yes, the book blasts are $75, and
Okay.
then my tours are anywhere from 150 on up. And so they can go to my website, which is www.wnlbooktours.
Okay. Did
Oh,
did I lose you there?
yeah, you lost me.
There you are. You're back.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. And you also now you also have a service called the book cover reveal. I love that. Tell us a little bit about that. Are you still doing that, and how much is the fee for that?
Yeah, the book cover reveal is basically similar to the book blast, and so with the book cover reveal, if you've never if your book is brand new, being released now, I see we going in and out.
Oh, okay. And how much? So how much is that for the book reveal?
The book cover reveal is $75 as well, and so it's really for those authors who have not yet revealed their book cover to anyone. It's like a surprise, and so on that particular day, their book cover is going to be revealed to the masses.
Sounds good. And how many different places does that book cover show up for that one day? It's because it's a 1 day event.
Yeah, well, you know what? It really depends. Yeah, it really depends on how many bloggers sign up to host the author, and it could be anywhere from 20 blogs on up. It's the maximum amount of exposure that an author can get, and so I don't limit it to a certain number of blogs. It's just whoever is going to want to reply and then offer that for the authors.
Awesome, awesome. Now, and another thing that I like to bring out is that Paulette and I, we have, I really pride myself on this, and I'm sure you're proud of this as well. We have very diverse authors that come on our show, talk about their books. So just because you're seeing us, don't think that our audience look like we do. We
That's right. That's
Exactly. They have a
yeah,
very
that's a great point.
diverse audience and
Yeah.
authors. So tell us how one of the things, Paulette, that you do to promote your services to other authors.
Um, yeah, I'm a big advocate on Facebook and then also on LinkedIn and Twitter. So I use the social networks to really try to connect with other authors.
Great, great. And Paulette, I know that your daughter runs a service where she does editing, which is very important. I think all of us that have started out as self-published authors, most of us have went back and made sure that our books are correctly edited and formatted correctly. Tell us a little bit about the name of Felicia's company and also what she offers for authors.
The name of the business is Limor Publishing, and any from proofreading to content editing to ghostwriting, that's her specialty.
Excellent, excellent. Great. Now, do you have a word of wisdom for somebody that is thinking about publishing a book and they're looking at the choices out here like Author House and Libris?
Mhm.
What would you recommend to a first-time writer interested in publishing their first book?
Well, you know what? The thing that I would really recommend them to do is really do the research. They need to go in and compare these other publishing houses and see what they're going to offer. A lot of times they get in a contract with these publishers, and the publishers, are telling them that they're going to do all this for them, and you realize that it's not what they say. So they definitely have to read the bottom line when it comes to a contract, and then also they can really self-publish the books themselves if they take the time out to learn the industry. And that's really what I would recommend they do. Just learn the industry, learn how to self-publish. And if they want to seek out, a publisher like Arthur House or Ex Libris, that's totally up to them, but read the contract before they before they sign it.
Absolutely. I can't begin to tell you the number of people that I've run into that, number one, they can't promote their books because the book is almost done, but they can't come up with the fee that they need to get
Yeah.
whatever to pay these people, and it's almost like they hijack their book.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm like you. That's one of the reasons. I'm sure you've seen it on Facebook that I'm in the St. Louis area. I'm doing a workshop for those that are interested in writing a book and how to use Create Space and Kindle Direct Publishing. I think it's really important, like you
Hmm.
said, that they do the homework. And unfortunately, a lot of people, just like me with my first book, I went through a company called Publish America. Now, they
Hmm.
didn't charge me anything. They actually gave me an advance. It was $1. But it taught me, but it taught me, Paulette, because they really worked with me with everything. Now, of course, their editing was a fee, and at
Right.
that time it was just a bit too high. Uh,
Yeah.
and so, unfortunately, the book was not as well edited as it could have been. The
Hmm.
formatting they pretty much took care of. But I'm like you. I think if writers actually do their homework and see what's out there, see who's available or who's publishing,
Yeah.
self-publishing, and are very successful with it locally. Maybe try to contact that person because I think, like you said, we really tend to really blow up on social media. Both you and I are forever posting something on social media, and
Right.
it's really something that I think people need to really embrace by doing their research.
I totally agree with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, believe it or not, we're down to our last 7 minutes. What's going on this week with Right Now Virtual Book Tour? What author is on tour that you'd like to promote?
Oh wow, this is great. She's going to be excited about this. I am promoting first time debut author April L. Minger. She has a nonfiction book called Altars of the Heart, and she's actually on my blog today, Empowered to Prosper Blogspot, which is the first stop in her 2 month tour. The
Excellent.
Yeah, she's doing a June tour with blogs, and then July she's going to be on the radio.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Paulette, let me say this. I'm trying to think what it was I was going to say. See, I don't have my pencil handy. I usually have my little notepad here. But what was I going to say? Let me just reiterate because we both have kind of run into this since we both promote authors. Just because we help you promote your book, we cannot guarantee book sales.
Oh, say that again. Yeah.
Absolutely. We have both kind of run into this. Not only do I do my own promoting through my website, but I also have Fiverr gigs where, for like $5, I'll promote your book on my social media site. And for a little extra, you can come on my radio show or now the Author Chat Hangout on air. But I always have to let authors know it is your responsibility as well to make sure that if you're doing an interview, to make sure that you help promote it. You have a sense of responsibility to make sure that this is successful as well. What do you tell authors that are signing up for the first time?
To be honest with you, Linda, I tell them the exact same thing because the first thing they want to think about is how much money they're going to make or how many books they're going to sell. And I tell them if you go in with an open mind that you're going to get the maximum amount of exposure that you can. You're a first-time author, and people need to know who you are and what your books are about. And so, if you're going to get that kind of exposure, you use the radios to really share with the audience what your book is going to do to benefit them because that's really what readers want to know. How can your book benefit me? What can your book do for me that I haven't found it in another book? And so I tell the authors, keep an open mind that it's not so much about the sales. I can't guarantee you're going to have any book sales, but I can guarantee you're going to get a whole lot of exposure and that they have to work with me. It's just not me promoting them. We work together. We're in this together. And so when they're promoting themselves and I'm coming back and I'm promoting them as well, that's more, not only more exposure, it's more people that we're both being able to reach. So I tell them the exact same thing. Think about the reasons why you're doing it. And if it's all about money, then I'm sorry, you might be real disappointed at the end of the day.
Absolutely. What first time authors, and even some of us that have been in the business, I've been self publishing now for 4 years, starting in 2010, we have to develop an audience
Yeah.
base. I mean, you just can't come out there and think you're going to get as many people to purchase your books like a
I
Stephen King or or Maya Angelou. It's just not going to happen. You have to
yeah.
be realistic. And
Yeah, I agree with you, Linda, on that, and that's something that first-time authors find it very hard to really swallow.
right, which of course kind of makes our job a little harder, but we don't allow it to discourage us. I look at it as a teachable moment to kind of educate them on how this works,
Yes,
which is why I think it's real important for us authors that are successful to kind of give back to the community. I do a lot of free workshops. Well, it's free to the patrons. I actually charge the library so that I can, kind of assist them with that and kind of let them know what you're really up against. I'm like you. I don't know why it is that when people think I'm going to write a book, they automatically think they're going to be millionaires
right.
within the first year. Paulette, there have been so many people that have contacted me. They've got their first book out. They're talking about leaving their job
Oh
and doing
no.
full time. And it's like, whoa, slow your roll.
Oh my God.
Right. Now, one thing that you did say, and I'm going to tell you something, with my next WNL book tour, I'm going to do this. And I thank you for this little tip. And that is because you do give us a list of the blogs posts that we're going to be in, the blogs that we're going to be on, the
Yeah,
blog posts that we need to write. I never thought about checking that blog out, reading information, making some comments on there, so
yeah,
that way I get my name out there. So when
yeah.
mind, they're already familiar with who I am, what I write about. I think that is absolutely a fabulous way to coach new authors on how to assist themselves in marketing their books. That was a great point there.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I try to tell all the authors that are doing a virtual book tour that we're working together. This is a collaboration, and that they need to go and visit those blogs. They need to make themselves known to the bloggers and to those hosts as well.
Exactly, exactly. Well, I tell you, believe it or not, we're down to our last 2 minutes now. We're going to go ahead. We're going to broadcast this, but this is going to be a private video between me and Paulette. Uh,
Thank you.
don't feel bad, right? I mean, like I
Next
said,
time I'll comb my hair, Linda.
hey, next time I'll book it after I do my hair. I just really literally just got off work at I got home about 6:30, 6:40, and I don't know if you've been watching on Facebook. I've got this cat, and I've been training him to walk on a leash and a harness.
Oh
So now
my,
when I get home, he wants to go outside. So I said, okay, I got to get you outside. They got to get back in the house so I can do
yeah,
my hangout. But Paula, I love this. I think this is going to be something that's going to really enhance our business, and
yeah, that's
also
great.
it's going to be a great advantage for authors that are looking to promote their books. So
Right.
thank you, and look for me to contact you again when we're both ready. And then we're
Okay.
going to we're going to go ahead and do this again and
Okay.
put it out on YouTube. Put it on because you have a great Facebook fan page with your WNL authors that come on there. We make comments. You have great days where we can post different things. We can promote ourselves. Keep that up, please. You have been a tremendous asset to us as authors to help us get our books out there. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, Linda. So glad to be here with you today. Thank you again.
Not a problem, sweetheart. Okay, now enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to go fix me something to eat. Take care, sweetheart. Thanks so
All
much
right,
for
you
coming
too.
on the show. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, that was author Paulette Harper Johnson. And again, she's not only an author, she's got some great books out there. She's getting great reviews. Make sure you find her on Amazon.com. And also, she hosts the Right Now Virtual Book Tour, WNL Virtual Book Tours. You've got to use this service. If you are a Christian author, and that means fiction or nonfiction, because she actually does both, this is the person you need to contact to promote your book. And if you need help setting up a budget or trying to find different ways to promote your book, I have a great book out. It's available on Smashwords, and which means if it's available on Smashwords, it's available on the Nook. on the Kindle, on the iBooks, in the iBook store, on iPads, iPhones. It's called The Author Chat Guide to Promoting Your Book on a Shoestring Budget. And of course, you know Miss Harper is in there, and she also is actually one of my distributors who also sells the book. So if you're working with her and you need a copy of this book, you can get a copy from her. All right, thanks so much for joining us on the Arthur Chat Show on Google Hangouts on air. I'm really excited about this, and I will be getting started with this service probably sometime, I'm thinking that around the 9th of June, sometime next week. So we'll catch you back here on Arthur Chat on Google Hangouts air next time. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night.